from my last video. Well done if you've managed to watch all these videos through to this point. I do hope they've been of some use to you, and I'm here. I'm here to help. If any of you would actually quite like to have a chat with me, you're very welcome to. If there's anything that you feel like my ear might be helpful on, anything that you would just like to offload, I'm quite happy to have a chat with you. I just ask that you get contact details from Mr. Wallace and go through him to get in contact with me. But I'm here, you're very, very welcome. If there's anything you would like to chat about with regard to the videos that I've shared, then please do get in touch. You're very welcome to. So this is the last video. And this last video, I'm just going to give you 2 resources that I found very useful. And because I found them very useful, I thought that perhaps you might as well. The first resource, they are not activities for your children. Don't worry, I'm not giving you advice on activities for your children. These are aimed far more at us as parents and in helping to enhance our parenting, so that we can help our children in their learning. So the first resource that I have to mention is a book by an American lady called Mariemma Willis, and she's written a book called Discover Your Child's Learning Style. But why this book is particularly helpful is the way that she's structured it. So she goes through more than just the traditional learning styles that we might be familiar with. And she looks at different things like environment, when children are hungry, whether they need food to help them with their learning or not. All these different things, lighting, the different things that affect different children, the sort of their sensitivity to their environment around them, as well as their learning style. And she unpacks it in a really helpful way by having a survey that you can do with younger children. She does it so that you do it as an observer, as a parent observing your children, and for older children, there is a survey that you go through and ask them questions and go through. So it's a sort of psychology study type thing. But for me, it unlocked so much that helped me with my children in discovering that each of them are different. So rather than applying always the same principles to every child, I discovered that I needed to adapt according to each child and give them slightly different scenarios in the way that they work, to present different things in different ways to them, to help them understand best and to try and bring the best out of them. And actually, what's interesting about this particular book is that Mariemma is not writing just for the home learning environment. She's actually writing to help within a school environment as well. So it applies both to school and home learning situations. So it's quite helpful. And then the other resource that I thought might be helpful again is like a psychology type of sort of study, as it were, almost. You might have come across what's described as the 5 love languages. So a chap in America has written several books on what he has defined as 5 love languages. And this is to do with the different ways that we express our love for each other and receive love. And he looks at it's almost like personality type, that different people express and receive love in different ways. And he's written a book specifically aimed at children, and how we demonstrate our love for our children. And he's also has a website. It's called www.5lovelanguages.com. And on there are some surveys that you can do with your children that help to discover basically how they best receive and express love, because you may well find it's different from you. I've certainly found that with my children, that some of them do express and receive love in different ways. We're talking about what's natural, what comes most naturally to us. We can all make an effort to express ourselves in different ways, but it's what comes most naturally. And yes, I've discovered differences in my children, so then I've had to make an effort in making sure that I express my love for them slightly differently according to their personality. But it is useful, and you might find it useful. So I just thought I would share those 2 resources just as one final video, those 2 resources. But keep going, you're doing a great job. Your children will thrive, and we'll come out of this time, I am sure, with fond memories of it all. All the very best to you.